Welcome to my madness, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am very, very excited with what we've got here. This is the Mezco 112 Bishop, the last X-Men. Now, I don't collect Mezco, okay? I have one other Mezco figure. It is the X-Force Wolverine. Great figure, but I got it cheap from a friend, and that's the only reason I have it. Honestly, Mezco is just out of my price range. I gotta be honest. I'm kind of cheap. And figures that cost 80 to 120 bucks a piece, man, I'm out on that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. There's so many other cool figures out there that don't cost that much, that as nice as these figures are, I just can't do it. But I gotta say, the first time that I saw the initial release photos, the promo photos for this thing, I thought it looked awesome. And I already am a fan of Bishop. I like Bishop as a character in X-Men. And then, not too long ago, I started seeing people posting videos, finally getting their pre-orders in on this figure, and I couldn't help myself. I went to Big Bad Toy Store, I ordered one, it just showed up today, and I'm very, very excited because the thing just looked so awesome. So here we have it. We've got some cool artwork there on the front, looks amazing. We've got some artwork there on the side. We've got pictures of the figure with the accessories and all that kind of stuff there, right there, and it just looks awesome. I can't wait to open this thing up, so why waste any more time? Let's go ahead, crack this thing open, and see what we've got inside. All right, so we've got him out of the package, and I'm already really excited because he looks awesome, and I was playing with him before I even started the camera, but anyway, let's go ahead and look at accessories here. So we do get a nice stand there, which I probably won't use because he stands up perfectly. Plus, this is a little big to put on my display with my other X-Men characters. We also get this piece right here that can plug into it. If you want to get him into some more dynamic poses, you could use that. We also get a couple of blast effect pieces, and this one here fits over his fist. So we've got those. He also has his poncho here, which we'll put that on here in just a little bit and see how that looks. Then, of course, we also get a couple of spare heads. I like this one the best. This is probably the one I'm going to display him with, where he's got the eyes glowing with power. Looks like he's ready to tear somebody up. Looks good. And then, of course, we've got that bald look for him. And then, of course, there's the head that comes on it there. But that is, of course, not all. We also get 3 little awesomely painted little hand grenades there. We also get his combat knife, which looks pretty good. You also get a little communicator here, okay? And then we get some extra hands, so we've got some kind of opened up hands for if he's using his powers. We've got some more neutral open hands right there. Then, of course, I got 2 right trigger hands, and they look the same. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are the same. I'm not sure. The trigger finger might be a little bit different. I don't know if I was supposed to get 1 right hand, 1 left hand, but I got 2 right hands there. I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be or not, but you do get those. Then, of course, you do get his pistol. And then you also get his big cannon right there, which is pretty cool. Looks great. I think they did a great job on that. And it also has removable magazines that you can take out and put back in. It actually comes with 3 extra magazines that go onto his belt. So a lot of accessories here on this. You know, even though I'm cheap, I gotta say, they really, really added a lot of value to this package. So now it's time to get to the figure itself, and damn does this thing look amazing. This thing is awesome. Look, again, I mean, I think Mezco makes great figures, but, you know, just not really something I collect. But I gotta say, this thing is just absolutely amazing. I mean, if you're gonna pay a hefty chunk of money for a 6-inch scale action figure, like, you know, I feel like I got my money's worth with this one. I really, really do, because there is a lot going on here, and not just with the accessories, but just with everything going on the figure itself. First of all, there's that head sculpt there that comes on it out of the package. You can see the armor there, looks amazing. The shoulder pads, the gloves, the gauntlets there, the belt. We've got the knife sheath there. We've got the holster there. The holster there on the back. You've got all the spots there on the belt for the extra magazines and the grenades. You've got the strap going around the leg. The boots look insane. fantastic. The knee pads, obviously, you know, you got cloth goods on here. It is Mezco. I mean, they just did a phenomenal job with this thing. He looks absolutely amazing, and even a cheap ass like myself that does not like to spend this much on action figures can certainly look at this and appreciate it and feel like, yeah, I understand why they charged as much as they did. You're not seeing this with, you know, Marvel Legends or McFarlane or anything like that. As much as I like those lines, you're not getting this level of quality and certainly not cloth goods and things like that with anything those companies are doing. But then again, you're not paying anywhere near as much, so I get it. But man, this thing is just really, really well done. It looks absolutely amazing. All right, so we'll get an articulation here really quickly. And I had heard some people out there in the ether had issues when getting this figure with the joints being kind of tight and frozen and that kind of thing. And I am happy to report mine was absolutely fine. All the joints worked amazing right out of the box. But just to kind of give you an idea of what you're going to be dealing with here, we'll start at the bottom here. So you do got a little bit of pivot, not much there. On the ankles there, you do get some rocker there. Again, not a lot. Most of that is restricted because these boots come down around the feet. You do get a little bit of rotation there, but I would be careful there because it does start to rub against that boot piece. You do get rotation there at the calf. You do get the double jointed knees that come up about that far. You've got the hips that come out to there. You do have the torso that gets you some rotation, although there is a little bit of rub there because of the armor and everything, but you get that there. Shoulders come up to there. Obviously, they rotate. Want to be careful, don't want to tear up your shoulder pads there. You do get bicep rotation there. You do get the double jointed arms right there. And then pretty standard wrists there with the rotation and the hinge on that ball joint. As far as the head, this head is not the best example. Probably if you put the bald head on there, it would work much, much better because the hair sculpt here is going to restrict a lot of movement on the head, but you do have that ball joint there that does get you some movement. So really, really good articulation on this thing. Really fantastic sculpt and paint. Accessories are on point. Man, I'm very, very happy with this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, throw up some other figures up here, see how this guy stacks up. So first up, since it is Bishop and he is a traveler from the future, I thought we'd match him up with the only other Bishop figure I currently have right now, which is the old school Toy Biz with the shaved head, which I actually love this figure. I probably shouldn't. He's kind of ridiculously proportioned, but I'm a really big fan of the old school Toy Biz stuff. And I've kept this in my collection for a very long time because I like it so much, to the point that I don't even have the guns for this guy anymore. But if you look at the two of them side by side, they're basically right about the same height, which works perfectly. They're both just a little bit shorter than my favorite Cable right here. Also another time traveler from the future, which I would expect. I feel like Cable is a little bit of a taller guy than Bishop, and I think this works fantastic. And that's one thing I have said about Mezco in the past, is that they're a little short to mix in with a Marvel Legends collection, but this Bishop right here looks really, really good. So because Bishop comes from the future, and of course not in Bishop's future, but in a few other futures, Apocalypse rules all. I thought I'd throw him up with a couple of my Apocalypse figures. Of course, we've got the new retro-carded Marvel Legends Apocalypse, which is a really fun figure. It's not very detailed, but still not too bad. And then my personal favorite Apocalypse, the old school Toy Biz one, which again, ridiculous proportions on this guy, but it's Apocalypse, so it's okay. I love this figure, and I mean, Bishop looks great here. I mean, he's right at the right size and height to put in a display with these guys. And then to put him up with some other, you know, somewhat higher end-ish figures. Of course, we do have the Mezco X-Force Wolverine. Then we've got SH Figuarts Thor. I believe this one is from Age of Ultron. And then, just to make you really laugh, here is the Figma Captain America from the Avengers. Great figure. I love this figure, but certainly not to scale with pretty much anything else other than other Figma figures. But I think right here, Bishop looks absolutely amazing. And I mean, honestly, it's the best figure here by far. I mean, just in sculpt and detail and everything else, it puts SH Figuarts and other Mezco figures to shame. All right, so let's talk about price. And this, of course, is going to be the big downside for a lot of people out there. This guy goes for $85 to $95. So he's pushing $100. And at that price, is it worth it? And yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, this thing's awesome. This is going to cost you about as much as 4 other figures. Is that worth it to you? That's personal preference. I don't know, but it is to me. Like, I'm glad that I picked this guy up instead of getting 4 other, McFarlane or Marvel Legends figures that, may have been good, but certainly would not have been this good. And that's kind of how I look at it. Hey, it's a 4-for-1 swap, but you're getting a lot with this guy. And if that means there's 4 other figures that I can't get, I'm okay with it. Honestly, this guy is good enough that I'm okay with it. Like, this is a fantastic figure. So yeah, to me, it is definitely worth it. This guy is just cool. I mean, there's just nothing not to like about this dude. He has done so well. I can't think of another figure that I have come across that has just nailed it so much. And I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I can't even think of a Spider-Man figure that I can say that I was this happy with and this excited about right out of the box. And, I certainly paid far less for all the Spider-Man figures I have than I did for this thing. And I can safely say, man, this thing blows all of those away. Blows away just about every other figure that I can possibly think of that I own right now. And that's really saying something for a cheap bastard like myself. I mean, it really is. This thing is great. It is definitely worth it. I'm super hyped that I picked it up. Very, very happy with this purchase. And, I don't really know what else to say. At this point, I'm just verbally filleting the action figure. So, I mean, let's just leave it at that. But that is my opinion, guys. Would love to know what you think about this guy. Is it something you're looking forward to picking up? Is it something you don't consider because it's just too much money? Where are you on this purchase? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And always remember to enjoy your collection. All right, and then of course we get everything that's in this second tray that sits with the figure, which I'm not even going to take all this stuff out. Or maybe I am. I'm just going to take all this stuff out. Jesus.